Hey everybody, and welcome to a very weird episode of Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. Two idiots, one camera, and a toy. I'm your host, Mr. Berg. Sitting next to me is the wonderful
Toast.
And tonight we are reviewing Todd McFarlane Toys.
Fortnite the Ice King.
Here he is, and before you all freak out, I want you to know that yes, Wilson bought another giant toy after not wanting to buy a giant toy. So yeah, here's the Ice King 11-inch action figure from the Fortnite game.
Claimed to have 22 moving parts.
Claims. All right. Again, it's a really good sculpt. I'm assuming it's game accurate.
To a game that neither of us have played.
Yes. This is Wilson's toy. Wilson can't make it tonight, so we're here having fun without him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's sculpted as good as it can be. For the most part, the paint's pretty good. And I would expect some more paint apps on a bigger figure to pull out some of the more details, but those are sorely lacking, especially in the gold armor.
True.
The flame paint job on his robe thingy, tunic? No, not tunic.
It's barely there, whatever it is. It's straps.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get Fortnite.
So there is paint on this one. There's a little bit of gold on this one. He's got some more straps along the back. Again, the same, what I would think is a fire motif for a supposed ice guy.
Yeah, I don't get why he's on fire or gold. So there are his cool flaming eyes, which, again, I guess are pretty well done.
Yeah.
There's a little scratch on the one eye. The top of his crown has the same flame motif. I know there are, like, you can upgrade your guys. So I'm assuming the gold version is the upgrade version of the regular blue guy. It says nothing on the box.
I thought he was a boss, and then Wilson told me I was wrong.
Oh, okay. But I like his face. It looks pretty cool.
It's nice sculpting under the armor. He's got straps and buckles.
Yeah, they would probably do with maybe just like a gray wash or something just to differentiate, because the further back you are, it just kind of blends into black.
And then there is a texture on these strappy things. Almost looks like a wood grain. I don't know if we can... Yeah, it shows up a little bit.
Kind of some kind of animal hide, maybe.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's a little faux leather.
Yep,
looks nice.
His hood also has a very nice fabric pattern to it, I guess.
But it is hard plastic.
Also want to point out, he has a trigger finger for a gun that he doesn't come with.
Wait, didn't Wilson say that they all come with a gun and a melee weapon?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay.
This guy comes with a sword.
The 7-inch comes with 2 melee.
Yeah. So why they sculpted him with a trigger finger, I don't know.
Interesting.
Wait, what's that? A gun? Maybe they sculpted it so he could use guns from other figures. The small one, at least.
And there is a ton of paint on the sword. I believe it's gold with a silver accent, or maybe it's silver with gold. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's really well done. Sharp lines. There's also blue in here, red jewel, and the hilt. There's blue on the inside, blue on the inside of this. It's really nicely sculpted. So yeah, it's a really interesting, neat sword. It is the exact same 2-up of the 6-inch figure or 7-inch guy, except it has more paint apps. The 7-inch figure does not have the blue paint apps. I don't know why that little dot isn't painted, or if it might not be supposed to, but you would think
I guess not.
I don't know. But what is there is done very well. Looking at it closer, it is, yeah, it's the gold is painted on because it's worn off there on the top, very tip.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, and the handle is, the hilt is painted black.
There's a little bit of silver right there in the black.
And it's the same on the other side. This side's actually done better. Also, this is his one accessory, is his sword.
Yes.
The 7-inch little version comes with this awesome Lord of the Rings mace thing that also kind of invokes the spirit of his helmet, or maybe his helmet invokes the spirit of this. I don't know. This guy, for some reason, doesn't come with it. I think that's pretty lame.
Yeah.
He does come with a gigantic base, like all McFarlane Fortnite guys do. says Fortnite.
It's just like the smaller bases, only gigantic.
Yep. So he can stand pretty well with it. Whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as articulation, he has 22 moving points. Points of movement.
Right.
I count them differently, but I'm not Todd. If you can get under the hood, his head turns.
A little bit.
And can look up and down a little bit. Arms get a full 360. They're actually on
soft ratchets.
Very nice soft ratchets. He's got a butterfly joint in the shoulders. He has
There is a slight bicep swivel.
a slight bicep swivel. He has double joint elbows. He has the cool Revel Tech move in any direction ball hinge wrists, which are very tight and ratcheted on this guy. A torso joint. Does not have a waist joint. He has the new McFarlane T-crotch, so he can spread out on very loose but tight ratchets. They're very soft. Tight ratchets. You can get a little bit of a thigh swivel. It looks like this here is a cut joint, but it's shaped in such a way that if it is, you can't turn it.
Right.
He has really good double knee action. He has the cool ball jointed ankles again, and he has really nice range on the toes. Does have a peg in his foot. He can't get his foot all the way down, or at least I can't, and I'm not going to force it and break it or get stuck. So even with all that articulation, he still always has kind of a bit of a tilt.
Oh, he looks pretty good from that angle.
Well, he's got the A stance.
Yeah.
But you can articulate his feet enough to get around it, but in a lot of poses we saw, he was tilted.
So this is a personal complaint, but I don't like the tables that we use. I think they're slightly bowed, and I don't think you'd have a problem standing him on a level surface.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it's just our table.
$34.99 at Walmart, I think. We bought it, no sponsors. The skirt flaps or whatever these things are, they're not soft goods, but they're flimsy enough so that you can move his legs in any position you need. This is also his backpack, I guess.
I didn't know that happened.
Well, Wilson says all of them have come with weird backpacks. So I knew the little one came off, so I was hoping the big one came off. And it is a really tight fit, and if you didn't know, you'd probably never know. And to argue against Wilson, who's not here, this backpack fits perfectly with this character. It looks like you couldn't even tell it was not part of him. And he, in whatever video we just put up, said they all have fucked up backpacks and they don't match.
Some of them, yeah.
And for a sense of scale, he is supposedly an 11-inch guy. I don't know if that's the top of his hood or his spikes. We have 7-inch scale Michael Myers, 7-inch scale Ice King blue version, Marvel Legends Red Goblin, and
Multi-dude.
He'll be too short for any of your 1/6 scale figures, and he'll look great if you have him fighting other Fortnite guys and say that he's a boss.
Yep.
So now it's down to the bottom line, the nitty-gritty. Final thoughts. I'll go first since you're looking at him still. I'm going to give this guy 3 hammers out of 5. I would give the smaller version of him maybe 3.5 or 4 because he's $25-ish, $20-25. This guy is $40, almost double the size, and I don't feel that you get as much because you don't get the other weapon, and a lot of the flaws, or not flaws, but a lot of the sculpting things that I don't notice on the small one stand out more in the big one, and not in a good way. The hood is great, the little buckles are great, but when you take a look at the small guy next to him, it's not quite as sharp as I would expect from a McFarlane toy. And I think that's part of the fact that depending upon how he did it, whether he doubled this one up or shrank the other one down or whatever.
I largely agree with Berg, everything he just said.
Shocking!
So I was playing with this guy for a few minutes before we started filming. I like all the articulation. I was impressed with everything. I heard that the original 11-inch scale figures only had about 5 points of articulation.
Yep.
this guy is much better, except I think the hood, which limits a lot of head articulation. You can really only have him looking forward. Otherwise, he's well done, except the largeness just points out how little paint there is on all of the armor, so it looks basic. The sword looks fantastic. Sculpt is great. I would have nowhere to put this guy in my collection at that size. I would definitely opt instead for the 7-inch scale. I don't think 40 is a terrible price. I just think it could certainly be better, but what is here isn't bad. It's still quite nice.
So you gave it a
3 hammers.
3 hammers. Wow. So there you go. It Todd McFarlane Toys Fortnite 11-inch.
The Ice King.
The Ice King
Gold edition?
Gold edition. I think there only is a gold edition. I don't know. Wilson bought it. I wouldn't have bought it.
No.
I probably wouldn't have bought the 6-inch guy or 7-inch guy.
Well,
but I prefer the 7-inch one.
We didn't buy the 7-inch.
We didn't. So there.
That's been it for this episode.
Yeah. So like and subscribe. Let us know if you have any questions or comments. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Hit that notification symbol somewhere around here probably. I don't know. Wilson does all that stuff. He does all the technical work. So thanks. Shout out to Wilson. Good job. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff in the show notes. And until next time, Mr. Toast.
Thank you.